Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guest. I don't remember how old I was when I first saw somebody juggle, but it must have made a big impression on me because I remember dreaming about learning how to juggle for the longest time. Dreaming without action, though, doesn't add up to very much. You have to take a first step. My entire juggling evolution was well before the era of YouTube, so it took a while before I could take that first step. Back in my day, you had to read a book to learn about things. I didn't take my first step until I was 13 years old, in 8th grade. My dad had a business trip at an off-site laboratory, and they put us up in a dormitory that was on site at the research lab. My mother had no desire to explore the town whatsoever, so we just stayed in the dorm the entire week. It was boring. Luckily, I had read a book on juggling at the bookstore the previous week, and I had a general idea of how it worked. I had nothing better to do that week, so I went outside, got some rocks, and tried to juggle. It took a lot of effort that entire week, but by the end of the week, I had made a lot of noticeable progress. I had taken that first step. If only I could do bowling pins, though. This looked so hard. When I was in college, I do remember walking on campus and seeing some people practice bowling pins, but I was too scared to walk up to them and ask them for help. It would end up being 11 years between that first step in 8th grade and graduate school before I took that second step. In grad school, when I saw a juggling organization on campus, this time I stopped and this time I asked them for help. They were kind enough to give me some loaner clubs. That's what jugglers call bowling pins, clubs. Since I was already pretty good with beanbags, they said, why don't you start off with 2 beanbags and 1 club? That way there's only one new variable that you have to worry about. Then when you get good with that, you phase out 1 beanbag and phase in 1 club, and so on. When I first practiced using this technique, it was like a drug to me. I could not put my juggling props down. I could not stop practicing. I practiced obsessively for a whole week. And at the end of the week, I could do 3 clubs really solidly. It had taken forever, but I had taken that second step. I couldn't believe my arms could move with that much coordination. Let me say it again. It took me 11 years to take that first step and that second step, but it was totally worth it. Think of where we live today. We're in the age of the internet. We're in the age of YouTube, and the sky is the limit. I look at kids starting from scratch these days, and within a few years, they're literally some of the best jugglers in the world. So what is your aspiration? What is it that you want to learn that will thrill you? Because that was a fantastic time to learn. All you have to do is take that first step, and then take a second one. Toastmasters.